Hi, I'm back. So we have a bit of a weird setup right now because we're actually in my laundry. Now you're probably wondering why we're in my laundry. And that is because we're going to be dyeing some of my clothes with coffee. So I've seen this happen a lot on TikTok and some Instagram videos where people dye like light colored clothes with coffee. I think that like browns are really trendy right now, so I wanted to join in. I'm not going to read any instructions before I do this. So I have like instant ground coffee, and what I think is that you just put it all in a bucket, put hot water in it, and then put the clothes in it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Wow, that is rock solid. Okay, so the pieces that I'm going to be dyeing today are this yellow sweatshirt thing, this plain tank top, but it's incredibly see-through, so hopefully if it's brown it's less see-through. Up next we have this like, light blue t-shirt. It was like a really nice kind of like bright sky blue, and then I washed it for the first time and it like rinsed all the color out, so now it's just like this really pale blue, so I don't wear it as much, but I think it'll look cool brown. Up next we have a really ugly shirt. I don't even know what this says. It's just like a long sleeve white t-shirt with something that I cannot read. Next we have a crop top with like a random picture. This is just like a white crop shirt. Up next is like this pink mesh shirt. I don't know, I just thought it was ugly, and maybe the coffee will improve it. And lastly, this is one that I'm most excited about. It's like this really cute mini skirt. This was a really nice yellow color, but after I washed it the first time, it turned into this like really gross pale yellow color. So I hope that it'll actually come out nice. So I only bought one brick of coffee, which I'm kind of hoping is going to be enough for all of these clothes. Okay, so I filled the bucket up to like just over halfway, which I'm hoping is going to be enough. I didn't want to put too much water in it in case it like diluted it too much. I was going to try a little bit of the coffee, but then I realized we use that bucket to like mop, so I didn't want to be like ingesting bleach. I'm kind of nervous. I don't really know where to start. Okay, so it's getting kind of full, but now I want to add in the skirt. Okay, so I just googled it because I don't know what I'm doing, and the article I read said that if you leave it in for like a couple of minutes, it's like a very light tan color, and then if you leave the clothes in for like 15 to 30 minutes to overnight, you get like a much darker brown. So I guess I'm just going to kind of stagger taking them out to see if I can get different levels of brown. I also read that if you fill another bucket with hot water and put some vinegar in it, and then you let the clothes soak in that mixture for a little bit afterwards, the vinegar helps set the color. Okay, so I might take the lightest colored things out now and leave like the jumper and stuff in for a little bit longer, just because they're much darker and I think it'll take longer for them to dye. Okay, so I'm taking the first thing out. I don't actually know what this is. I think it's one of like the crop shirts. Okay, so the website said to let this soak for about 10 minutes and then run it with water until it becomes clear. And then to really help set the color, you're supposed to iron it dry, but we'll see how I feel about that after finishing all this, because I probably won't be bothered. So I'm gonna let these soak for a little bit and then I will come back to you. It'll probably be a little while later because I have a feeling these are gonna take a really long time. So I'm probably gonna make lunch and then come back to it.
It goes baby, this so day glow.
So I ultimately decided I was too lazy to iron it, so I'm just gonna hang them up outside. Okay, so it's the next day. I completely forgot to film yesterday, so I left some stuff in overnight in the mixture, and all the other stuff that I took out yesterday is already dry. So now I need to rinse out the other things that are left in the bucket, and I'll hang them out to dry, and then I'll come back when everything's dry and I'll do a little try on. Okay, so all of the clothes are out dry and they've already been washed because I had like a bunch of coffee grinds left on them. And now for the big reveal. This is what they look like. Pretty much the exact same. I'm gonna say that this video was kind of a fail, but we'll do a bit of a try on because you might disagree. So this shirt was like very, very white before I soaked it in coffee. Now it's kind of like an off-white color. So yeah, I'm gonna say this shirt's a fail. It just looks like kind of dirty. I think that's like the general outcome for all of these, is that they kind of just look dirty. Up next, we have this crop top shirt that was also very white and now it just looks dirty. I think for the lighter color shirts, I should have left them in longer than I did. I should have left these ones in overnight. Up next, we have the Kennedy Walsh merch. This one I'm pretty sad about because it was actually like a nice pale blue. Now it's like a dirty white. Up next, we have this yellow shirt, which is still yellow. I definitely think I either want to get black dye or brown dye and try this again. I might make another video, maybe. Up next is the skirt that inspired it all. And it looks horrible. It kind of looks the exact same, except dirtier. I really had high hopes for this, but I guess if you dye your clothes in coffee, can you really expect it to look good? Up next, another crop top that just turned like an ugly off-white color. Next, the jumper. This is still yellow. It generally looks the same. Now this is probably the only piece of clothing that actually changed color. It was like a pretty bright pink, I would say, and it's more of like a dusty pink now, which I actually kind of like. So this is probably the only one that actually worked. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm really bummed out that none of them really looked that good. I'm probably going to try this again, but with actual dye. And if you liked today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to follow me on social media, my Instagram is alana.ray. And yeah. Okay, bye.